Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of City Sim Builds. In the previous episode, we made a lot of changes to Two Rivers County. One of the things we changed was the orientation of these roads, these two highways, and how they come together. And that was thanks again to Ash Moffat. Thanks again, Ash, for the helpful suggestion. I really like the way this came out. And now what we have is this more continuous straight line of a highway that goes through that we're eventually going to connect way over here to this peninsula sort of area. And then we, of course, had to reorient the way our trumpet is functioning. On top of that, we made changes to our transit system in Rivertown, and we provided express bus service up to Pinewood, as well as Rockville. So for today's episode, I want to focus on three things. One is expanding our roadway network to just have more coverage within the county. The other thing is I want to provide more residential. And when I say expand residential, what I'm talking about is expanding along, say, some of the rural roads that we have right now, or maybe creating like a rural subdivision or something like that. The other thing I want to do, which would be the last thing, is also really take a look at our industry and see if we can really start cranking out a profit with the three main industries we have: the ore industry, the lumber, and the oil industry. So with that, let's get into the episode. So I think one of the budgetary issues that we have is just like this intense residential demand. And one of the ways I want to go about fixing that is placing some residential along rural roads. And with that, I want to place some more roads where it makes sense. And I'm going to use our gravel roads to do this since we don't have a whole lot of money. But I want to extend this road further along this way. And we'll just start with that and go from there. And before we do that, I want to cut contours on so I can see where this road should kind of, naturally go. Alright, I think that is looking pretty good. And with that, I want to extend some of our electrical along the roadway as well. And I am going to cut off our guidelines here just to make it a little bit easier to place these. With that, I'm going to go ahead and start filling in some of the residential that I think might fit well in here. And I'm going to do this so that the power kind of jumps as much as possible, but I might have sections here and there like you would see on a rural road where you would have a stretch of power line and there would be like no development, just to make it feel a little bit like, I don't know, like you're out in the country. And one of the issues we're going to have is water. So let's go and get water pipes placed underneath the roadways. And we are running out of money, so I'm going to start placing more residential kind of here along the road where it makes sense. Alright, this is looking pretty good. I'm going to go in and zone a little bit more residential through here, and then I think what I'm going to do, like where this curve is not have any, just for the sake of safety. And I've ran out of money. Alright, let's see if our budget can sort of normalize here a little bit. I've been having issues with the budget, I feel like for the past few episodes, so hopefully things here can start to improve. Alright, I'm going to add a bit more residential. And the reason I didn't add residential here is from a safety concern. Since this is a tight turn, it might not be good for like the driveways here to have access to the roadway, and so I'm gonna leave it like that, just for the sake of a little bit of like realism. Maybe we get into a situation where the homes here are a little bit more spread apart, and we'll see if the power has any issues jumping. So far, so good. Okay. So that's helping out our residential demand and also our budget, which is good. So let's take a look. We do have some low land values. Whoa, sorry, way too close. We do have some low land values here in Rivertown. So I'm wondering what the issue is with that. Let's take a look at our parks. we're doing well with that. Parks and plazas have pretty decent coverage for the most part. I wonder if it has to do with something in our budget. So let's take a look. Let's maybe increase the fire coverage here a little bit. And then we'll increase our education as well. And hopefully that doesn't tank things too badly. All right, so I think I'm gonna work up here on this ridge road for a little bit and see if we can get some homes up here as well. I think that would look really cool, and it would offer a lot of like neat opportunities for views and whatnot. So let's get that in place. And before I forget, let's turn on all our snap twos. That'll help me out placing the road. Looks like we had a random power line there. And then let's, looks like that created a bridge section. I don't want that, so we'll force this to be on the ground. It's looking pretty good. Then we'll extend it this way. And here it looks like we're probably gonna have a literal fork in the road. So we'll go ahead and create that. We got some junction issues here, but I think we can merge these two nodes together, or maybe not. So let's take a look and see. Maybe what we can do is remove that node there, and let's use move it to see if we can modify things a little bit, see if it makes a little bit more sense. So maybe not. Okay, let's check out node controller. And this is just a mess here. Let's get rid of this. Then we'll we'll revisit this. Maybe let's tie into this like that. I think that'll be a better connection. Maybe what we can do is meander down here and have these two roads meet. I think that'd be pretty cool. This looks like it might be kind of a steep roadway, but we'll see how things are shaping up with the slope tool here in a little bit. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to meet down here. So I'm gonna remove some of this roadway, back it up a little bit, and then continue it back down the mountain. So let's take a look at this road that we just created. I'm curious what the slopes are through here. I'm just gonna go from here all the way down to here. Okay, maybe not. So we'll start. For some reason, I feel like it does not like when I try to select nodes like that, that are like, okay, let's try that. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's too far. Okay, that's pretty intense. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think we're gonna revisit this. We'll come back to this. This is too intense of a roadway grade. Yeah, I think what we'll have to do is end up probably doing some switchbacks through here, and maybe what we can do is incorporate like a little mountain town area, or not a town, just like a little pocket of residential in this area. Looks like our budget seems to be doing okay. Oh, way too far in. Let's take a look at Rockville. I think that's looking okay. And I am curious. Let's go and check out our oil industry. I want to place another one of these oil sludge, what are they called? Oil sludge pyrolysis plants to get a bit more petroleum production out of this. So we'll come and place it right there. It says it doesn't have enough raw materials, but yet we are producing tons of oil, so that's pretty confusing to me. This is full. We'll set this to empty. Then we'll do the same thing for this one. We'll set to empty, and hopefully that will help our not enough raw materials issue. And do we don't have a workers barracks over here. I want to place one of those. Well, we don't have enough money for that, which is basically the story of my life right now with this build. But so 15,000. So we'll go back and place some more residential in the meantime. So to get some power up here, let's use our like rural power line and bring it up to the ridge. And sometimes in these situations in rural areas, you could just go straight up the mountainside. You see that, or they'll go like at a more drastic angle. But I'm gonna follow the roadway here. I think it just tends to make a little bit more sense to me. And then I think up here I'm gonna have a little node of commercial, and I think that'd be kind of neat. At least I think it'd be neat if you're in this area and you drive up and you have kind of this spot where these two roads meet. And yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. So I'm gonna place a decent amount of residential here on this side, and same thing over here. We'll extend it a little further, like that. And then from here we'll make it a bit more sparse. And I'm trying to think how I want to handle this. I probably will do a switchback situation so it doesn't just dead end up here. But I mean, if it did dead end, it wouldn't be like the end of the world. And we don't have any money for for water, but we'll place it very slowly as our budget allows. Let's concentrate on actually getting down the mountain. All right, so we should have water up here now, which should hopefully make everybody happy. And we'll extend our water piping a little bit further out. We'll do it on both sides. That's looking pretty good. All right, so through here, I'm going to start placing residential at a little bit more sparse nature. And then we get over here, I'm going to place another node of commercial, something kind of like that. And then we'll place a bit more residential on either side of it. Let's see how this fills in. So we have a fire issue. Okay, so hopefully the fire truck can make it up here in time. Don't really feel like... Oh, yeah. I thought that was a fire truck. That was a gasoline truck, which is probably not the best thing to have going into a fire. But there's our Two Rivers County finest. Oh, wait, no. Here's our Two Rivers County finest, the fire truck. Okay. Took care of it, and I think that'll be good. There it goes, going back down the mountain. Okay. Excellent. So this is looking pretty good. I'm liking this. It's definitely eating into our residential demand, which I'm enjoying, because it's just been really intense. So our budget seems to be doing a lot better. I think we're definitely turning a much bigger profit here. We are very close to level 4, which is really cool. Looks like we need just a few more workers for that. So I wonder if I create a switchback from up here back down to Rockville, if that would help. It probably would, but let's see if we can add something else here to boost up the plastic side of our industry. And I did want to get an oil industry workers barracks here, so I'll put that there. Oh, and I forgot I have anarchy on, so I'm gonna move this to here, and yeah, just kind of let that be. One of the things we can also do is go into our industry overview and into our policies and put some of this in place. So we'll do advanced automation. I think that'll work. Maybe that'll help bump us up over. So yeah, let's take a look at the plastics side of things. So we have the oil sludge pyrolysis plant. We have a petrochemical plant. I might just place another one of those. Actually, let's see how many we have. We have one petrochemical, one oil sludge, and another oil sludge. Yeah, so let's place another petrochemical plant. So we'll do that, I don't know, right here. I think that looks pretty good. Let's come over and take a look at our lumber industry, Two Rivers Lumber Company. We haven't been here in a while. So let's take a look at the industry overview. And I was just in it. We are not doing much with paper. Huh. Interesting. And we are actually in a negative place here in terms of profit. we're exporting a lot. Let's see what we have going on the paper side. I don't think we actually have anything. We have a biomass pellet plant and some sawmills. That I think might be the issue. Let's go in and see if we can remedy some of this. We don't have enough money here for this, so I'm gonna wait till this gets to 30,000 and I'll place a pulp mill, and I think that should help. So we have engineered wood plant and a pulp mill, so hopefully we can place one of each of those in this episode. So yeah, look at our industry over here. This is just kind of collapsing. I'm gonna go through, no, didn't want to do that. I want to, interesting, I think I have some move it issues here. No, I don't. Okay. It's just the way the camera angle was, I guess. Okay. So we'll get rid of those. And I feel like home slice here has been emptying for a long time. I don't really understand why it's taken so long. I mean, I guess it was, when I looked at this earlier, it was like at 70%, so now it's down to 30, which is good. But yeah. One of the things I think we'll eventually need to do is create an interchange here. I think we're starting to see some backups, and I think we'll also have to have another interchange at some point, maybe somewhere like along in here to provide another access down. Because right now we really only have one way in, main way in. We do have this back way, but this is preserved basically for trucks and whatnot. And while I'm looking at this, I think I am going to go ahead and place an interchange here. I think that would make a lot of sense. Yeah, let's do that. I am going to first pause the game and get rid of some of these roads here. And we'll do just like another simple diamond interchange, I believe. I think that'll work out fine. So let's go in and grade. I wonder if we can incorporate this sloping downward. Let's back this up a little bit. I wonder if we can incorporate this, have it come around and slope into a nice graded section. So I'm gonna grab this elevation here and extend it over. Let's see what that looks like in terms of height. Yeah, I think that's gonna be just fine for our purposes. Let's increase the brush size a little bit, and then I might go up like a couple more contours here, just to make sure we have a nice spot for this. So we'll come out a little bit more. We'll make it wider in case we need to widen the road later on down the road. I guess pun not necessarily intended, but it happened anyway. So create like a little landing pad there for that, and then I'm gonna back this off a little bit, and I'm gonna rethink this a little bit because I'm gonna have to make some changes with the road grade here. Let's go into the budget panel. Of course, we have to do that at least like 5 times, you know, per episode. So we're gonna slope down there up to here, like so. And I'm kind of messing it up a little bit. So then we'll do kind of the same thing. Grab that elevation. We'll come around so we can provide our roadway access over here. And then to save money to plan this interchange, let's go ahead and use our gravel roads. And we'll make this a nice straight section across, and we'll force it from here to here to be a bridge. And we'll force it back to ground, and let's put on our snap twos. Okay, and then we will use our curve road tool to bring this over. Let's see if we can, I think I went a little bit too far. And maybe, truthfully, what I'll do is, see if I can come over here and then, how to do this. So maybe what I'll do is go ahead and just curve it off like that, and then curve it up like this. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. Gotta clean up this section through here. So I think what I'll do is I'll curve it like that, and then let's rid of this and that for right now. I think the key is to do it like that. Get rid of that section. Yeah, and then this will line up nicely with that. We can provide that connection back there. Let's turn off contours for a second. I can't see what I'm doing. Yep, we'll grab that and bring it down to that node. I think that should be good. And then we'll come in here and adjust the height of this in a second, but I want to go ahead and get this piece of road established. So we'll use the curve road tool here. Get a good connection like that. Bring it over. Then we'll find our way. Right here. There we go. Perfect. Just what I'm looking for. So let's go in to move it, and then we'll select this node, and we will come in and set this to the object height of up here, and then boom, we got a bridge. Got a weird bridge that doesn't have a a column there, but that's fine. And we will upgrade our roads now that we have the basis of the interchange. So I'm going to use the picker tool, grab that, and then we'll go through and upgrade these roads. All right, perfect. That's looking really good. So we do have some issues because of the North American freeways wonderfulness. Let's go into our 2-lane roads and see if we can upgrade, if this will change things. Not quite what I had in mind. And I still don't know why I keep getting these blue spots here. It's just kind of bizarre to me, like why that is the case. But we'll force this in the air. I think this is what worked last time. And then we'll pause the game, because I don't want to mess up everybody. Okay, that's what I want. I want guardrails. you need guardrails on a bridge. It's kind of an important thing. So let's go to move it. We'll select that, and then we'll set to object height and do that. And then yes, now we have a nice column there, which is exactly what a bridge needs. So and then before we do the ramps, let's go in and place our or check our slopes rather. So we'll come in back to here. Oh nope, can't do that. I think it doesn't like the connections we made here and here. So I'm gonna remove these for a second and then slope this first, and then have these Y lines, the side roads meet up with that. So we got some grades. 11.6. I am not liking that. I wonder if we can lower this down a little bit. 11.6. That is intense. Maybe what we'll do is, for the time being, bump this up. And then we'll come back and adjust this. And that's probably going to affect some of these houses, but it is what it is at this point. So let's go in and see if we can make this better. 10. Okay, I'm going to go up a little bit more. I really would like this to be closer to, I don't know, 8. That would be ideal. So let's go in, do that. Okay, 8.9. I'll live with that. And this is gonna change the situation through here. Yeah. So I think we're gonna have to get rid of this road, unfortunately, and completely revisit. But hey, we are using eminent domain here. Not the best situation. But we are placing more residential, and I'm going to place more, I promise. I promise people. So we'll get that fixed here in a little bit. But yeah, let's fix this section too while we're here. Hopefully this won't be as intense. 11.6. Okay. I am not liking that. Not liking that one bit. I think the solution here is to go under the highway, and that's going to negate everything I just did. So I'm going to either use some YouTube magic and fast forward. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll be back when I have this fixed.
2,000 years later.
All right, so I have made some changes here, and I think this is going to work out for the best. So what I did was I sunk the road underneath here, and we're going to smooth out the terrain here to make it look better. But the grades here make more sense, and I was able to add in back this road and get it under 8%, which is great. So I went ahead and adjusted the slopes for these connections. So let's focus in on the ramps now. So this is just going to be a simple diamond interchange. So we'll come off like so, and then we will connect down here to this node like that. And then we'll have a similar connection like going for our on-ramp. So we'll come up. Oh, not quite. So trying to eyeball this a little bit. Come up like that. And let's take this back a smidge. I'm going to use move it to move it. Yep. And then we'll parallel the road for a second. And then what we'll do is we'll tie in to this node here. Hopefully that took place. And sort of the same thing here. All right, I think that's looking pretty good. And let's go in and adjust our slopes. 6s, roughly. That's pretty good. 4s, I like that. 2.7, even better, especially for an acceleration ramp. And 6.4, not bad. Okay, so now let's go in and upgrade these to ramps. All right, that's looking good. And now that we have the connections here established, I'm gonna turn the game back on. And then we can modify the roads here. But I'm gonna grab the picker tool, grab this road, and I'm gonna upgrade this as well. Oh, and I didn't mean to do that. Oh, and before we forget, let's just add a quick connection for the industrial area here, so we don't make everybody upset. Okay, and then I'll come back and fix the grades here because I know they're not realistic. So let's take a look here and finish upgrading the rest of this road. All right, that is looking pretty good. And so now we'll go into node controller and see if we can fix some of these interchanges. I mean, ramp junctions a little bit. Let's see if we can move this back a little bit to make that not be so wonky looking. Okay, and then back into node controller. And then one last node down here, take a look at. These yellow little guideline things are like so finicky to try and grab onto. It's pretty bananas. Okay, that's looking good. Let's go into TMPE and adjust our lane decision. And I am not really liking what it's doing here, so I'm going to manually adjust this. I don't want people to have to change lanes like that. Just want people to go through and then you come in and merge like you normally would. Same thing over here. So yeah, sometimes you can't really rely on that to make your decisions. All right, I think that has everything covered, and let's check the controls here. We'll make this a yield control. I think that should be fine for right now. No, let's make it stop. Stop is more realistic. I mean, it's a highway to it's like a divided highway to a 2-lane highway, so you at least need some stop control, I think, there. And then we'll put back in our residential, and we are feeling generous, so I'm gonna just kind of zone this whole area up until about this point. I think we had some commercial here too, so we'll add that back in. And I am sorry, people. I'm sorry, I guess, Sims that live there, but it's just how it goes sometimes. But yeah, real quick, I'm gonna adjust the slopes on these. And not the best. I'm gonna live with it. I'm not gonna make too many modifications with this today. So you know, they're trucks. They have powerful engines that can go up grades, albeit not for a long time, but I think it'll be fine for a short distance. So it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So I wanted to, before we close out today's episode, go in and take a look at Two Rivers Lumber Company and maybe take a quick peek at Mountainside Mining Company, see if we can get these making a little bit more money for us. So if I remember correctly, we are low on the paper side of things. So let's go in and see if we can remedy that now that we have some cash infusions here. So let's place one of these pulp mills. Let's see if we can put that maybe on the back side there. And then we'll do an engineered wood facility as well. Then we'll set these are already set to empty. So these need raw forest products, which they are going to get. They are going to get it.
They're going to get it.
And let's make sure they have water. Cool, they do. So that one's good. This one should be good here shortly. Let's take a look over here at the ore. We're not doing anything with the glass side of things, so let's see if we can fix that. I don't know if we have enough money for that. Let's bump up the speed a little bit and see if that helps things out. Ore. Okay. So for a glass manufacturing plant, we need $25,000, and I think we can get there. Say that as our budget has started to tank. Oh my goodness, this industry DLC is just ridiculous. Okay, now we're climbing back up. Okay. I think we're gonna be able to hit 25. Whoop, going too far. I think we're gonna be able to hit 25,000, and we just did. Nice. So let's place that glass manufacturing plant, and we'll do that right here. Nice. We'll set that to empty. And I think we might need an additional, let's take a look at the industry info. We're doing a good profit now. We do have a warehouse over here. Okay, so we're good with that. Let's take a look at our lumber situation. We are still in the negative here. This is just bizarre to me. Why are we in the negative here? So we're doing paper. Paper. Okay. Plain timber. We're doing plain timber. Oh, now we're doing fine. Now we're doing a lot of fine. A whole lot of fine. We're almost 8,000. So we are doing swimmingly right now. We do have a few little issues here because this water pipe is not where it needs to be. So let's give the people water real quick. And then we will remove what was there before and pretend like it didn't happen. All right, I think that is looking pretty good. Let's make sure we don't have any crazy outstanding issues. And we do. What is happening? We have some issues with our water. Yep, we're teetering on the edge. Let's go and place another water pump down here. Connect it up, and then we need another water treatment facility. Where's our eco? There it is. Okay, eco inland. We'll come over here and place it in the industrial area. And that's probably going to change our budget some, but I don't think it'd be too drastic. We'll connect this up in a circle-ish. Okay. All right, I think that is looking good. And we have power issues. Why do we have power issues? Because we don't have much power. But we do have money. One of the things I really want to do is remedy our power situation, and I think that's going to involve a hydroelectric dam. And so I'm going to place 2 more windmills, and hopefully that will take care of the power situation. And probably some of this is our budget as well. It's like right at 100 for that, but I think that's be fine, but I'm thinking of a few spots for our hydroelectric, and let me know in the comments down below if you think these are realistic. Maybe somewhere up here. I think this is going to require some terraforming, which would be fine. I've played this map before, and I've put one here, and I know it works. I don't like this river. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me, like, why it's there. I wish it was just a mountain. The other spot is over here somewhere. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I don't really want to place anything along the main parts of the river. And I don't want to put something here like where there's like a waterfall, even though this would be like a fantastic spot in terms of production. I want it to be a little bit more natural and not as intense, and have a roadway that goes to it and makes more intuitive sense. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode. We've accomplished a lot. We've added some residential capacity. We've expanded our roadway network. We've fixed some changes related to our oil industry, our timber, wood industry, and our ore industry. And we unexpectedly created an interchange. And before I leave you today, I'm going to go ahead and terraform this so it doesn't look so kind of ugly. All right, there we go. That looks a bit more realistic to me. Yeah, I kind of like these like kind of like rocky walls here. That's like something you would see like on an actual highway. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode. So if you enjoyed the episode, please like and leave a comment down below. And also don't forget to subscribe. That will really, really, really help me out. And as I'm noticing before I sign off here, we're going to have to fix this little traffic situation. But we'll do that in the next one. And speaking of the next one, I can't wait to see you in the next episode. So until then, take care and have a good one. All right, bye.